How are we doing, everybody? Got another PC build here. Not the one I was planning on doing today. I had a whole other one planned today, but, you know, parts didn't arrive in time. So, I'll see maybe another one tomorrow or Thursday. But, yeah, so I figured might as well still do a stream. I have another computer I was going to build. It's not a fancy one. It's just basically being built with parts I have around the shop. There's the only new parts that were ordered in are the case, and the graphics card is new, but we had it in stock. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get started then. All right, let's go to this scene here. Perfect. All right. So we got the motherboard and CPU here. This one was already, this one came out of an older computer, so the CPU is already in there, so we don't have to install that, so that's good. But we do need to put the cooler on, which means we need some thermal paste. All right. Yeah, so for this one, we have a Intel i7 6700. It's an older processor, but for, you know, a starter gaming PC, it's definitely still viable. Still performs quite decent, actually. I had run some benchmarks on this a while back when I had first acquired the parts, and yeah, I mean, for, you know, most of the people getting these budget PCs, they're just playing things like, you know, Fortnite, and this is more than capable to run that. All right, so I'm gonna try to avoid putting my head right in front of the camera. Got an old Arctic cooling cooler, the old Alpine. I do not miss this old style of cooler where you kind of have to apply a lot of pressure and twist it and hope that it takes. Definitely not my favorite. Well, we got one in, so one is better than none. All right, all the way over to that side. I want to push and twist. All right, that one go in. Thing with these ones is they don't have like a proper, like they don't give you like a good click sound, so you never really know how far down they are and if there's enough pressure being applied to the CPU. But that's how it is. All right. Okay. So this one is not in. All right. That looks good. Get that cooler plugged in there. And then we can just use one of these to wrap that cable around and kind of hide it off there. All right. Then we got some RAM. Got some Corsair Vengeance. These are 2 sticks of 8. See if I can get that to focus a little better. All right. Yeah, so 16 gigs total. Which again is plenty enough for a beginner, right? I don't see the person using this using more RAM than that until at least after they start to do a couple upgrades. All right, we got the storage, we got the King spec. It's a 1 terabyte Gen 3 M.2. It's a super nice, it's a really good budget M.2. It's about, oof, I don't even know how much it was. Like, it's probably about like, for the 1 terabyte, probably around, after tax and everything, probably like $60 or something, maybe less even. But I mean, with speeds like that, it's going to be better than any other $60 drive you can get for that price. All right, so we got the case here. This is, let me see what the actual name of this case is. Oh yeah, you're going to get a nice reflection. Let me take this panel off. This is just one off Amazon. It's a nice budget case. I mean, it looks like a pretty standard case, and it's cheap. It's inexpensive, I should say. I mean, the build quality isn't cheap by any means. It's actually quite nice, which is why this is pretty much my go-to budget case. Has 4 pre-installed RGB fans, and they're actually pretty good. They're pretty solid. The white level on them is actually a lot better than you'd expect for a. Let's see if I can zoom out. A lot better than you'd expect for the price. Let me pull this back here. This motherboard did not, like I said, it was previously used, and it came from another build, so it doesn't actually have the I/O panel, unfortunately, but the person I'm building it for is aware of that, and they know, and they said that's completely fine for them, so yeah, no I/O panel, but that's fine. Not a huge deal. Gonna put my hands right in the way while I'm screwing these in because, well, it's kind of hard not to. Yeah. This will likely be a shorter build, not like the 3.5 hour one last time, but you know, we had some good conversation last time. We took our time, and that's ridiculous. I don't even know what you want to call it. The insert for the fans, right? The piece that you can take out of the case, attach the fans, and then install it back into the case, which is supposed to make it easier. I think in that case it was really the only way to get the clearance that was required. But that thing was a hassle. After stream, I tried taking it out. I wanted to move the position of the fans around. I'm gonna stick my head in the way again. Sorry, guys. Sir. Oh yeah. Okay. Makes more sense. I had like had the cables already sticking out, so I just grabbed the one that was closest. There we go. Okay. Let's take my head out of the way. Okay, let's put it back. Let's put it back in the way. They switched the position of the HD audio in the comm. Threw me off. You build enough of these and you just kind of, it's just second nature to just put it in where it is on apparently 99.9% of the boards. But, you know, that's another thing. For a budget case, having the USB-C header or the USB header be a 90-degree is crazy. Like, you rarely see that as it is, and when you do, it's on like the higher end cases. Let me just check something here. All right. Yeah, so that's awesome that they put that in this, again, this cheaper, more budget case. Okay, let's take the back off here, and then let's figure out what the situation with the fan cables are. They're normally done up very nice. Like, they're normally all already chained and in the normal position that you would put them through, as are the other cables, as you could see. So let's see. Oh yeah, we'll have to do the F panel as well. F panel, just so that'll run through right here. Okay. So we got a couple cables here. So the fans themselves are just gonna run off this SATA, and then not sure where the RGB header is on this motherboard. I didn't look before I flipped this over, so we're just gonna go like that. Yeah, this is gonna be a super quick build. Pretty much all we have to do at this point is plug in these headers, slap the, let's see, okay, slap the, this one goes right here, the PSU and the power supply, get those cables routed and plugged in, slap the graphics card in, get that plugged in, do a little bit of cable management, and then given that everything was plugged in correctly, then we should be golden. Okay, so the RGB is over here. Let's Just making sure there's not more than one. Not sure if it's going to be required, but we're gonna plug it in anyways. Oh my gosh, we're only 16 minutes in. And we're pretty much done. That is ridiculous. All right. Okay, perfect. 1 second. All right.
I was calling you.
Yeah, I saw. I figured you were out back here.
1, 2. Your first one is day one?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Have a good day.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. We've got mail. Put those aside. Order so many parts in every day that you don't even know what it is. I'm like, why is that shaped like that? And why is it so heavy? Couldn't tell you. Okay. Power supply. All right, for this one, we got a 750 watt EVGA. This power supply is also new. It is unused, but it has been around. Yeah, we'll install it like this. I really do need to get a better lighting situation figured out because kind of getting brighter. This looks so dark on stream. I don't know why. I also need to get the camera settings and everything figured out, I guess. That would probably help as well. All right, so while we're back here, let's just get this SATA cable for the fans plugged in now, so we don't have to worry about that later. And then we don't have any SSDs or HDDs, so we can just go ahead and shove these cables in here. Make it look all pretty. Has a nice compartment. You could also take out the little hard drive bay that they have, but honestly, don't really need to. That all fits nicely in there. Some decent cable management already for the that came pre-done. So that'll be for the CPU, so that's gonna go up top. It's another SATA, so we're not gonna need this. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little shove into the back as well. Motherboard. I'll put it through the top for now. I might need to put it through the section below. I'm not entirely sure. And then PCIe. How are we going to want to run this? We want to go up in front or over? Well, we'll put the card in first and then we'll decide that. So let's flip this back over. Oh, this case is so light. Remember the last one? Holy cow, that thing was ridiculous. You have to be like some like Olympic weightlifter to like properly navigate that thing. It was ridiculous. It's like picking up those Atlas balls or whatever those things are called. Just absurdly heavy. Okay. That looks good. Hopefully my head isn't in the way. Oh my gosh, kind of looks like I'm an angel. Got like a little halo above my head. Okay, let's get that CPU plugged in. It's actually only a 4-pin, and it's going to go that way. So that's going to be this one. All right. Yeah, let's get that graphics card installed then. All right, so for this one, we're going with the 3060. 12 gigabyte card. It's quite nice. I'm going to put my head right in the way again because this is an important part. I don't want to mess that up. All right, looks good. Now, go ahead and put the shield on. You guys probably can't see this part all that well, unfortunately. Yeah, wow, this is a crazy short build. All right, and then what do we think? Power cable from on top or from below? Both would work. Both would work fine. Normally, and I don't know why this hasn't been like standardized yet, because it's so annoying how it's always different. But for the power connector, you can see the clip is on the top on this one. Sometimes it's on the bottom, so sometimes it's flipped, right? And so normally when the clip is on the top, you'd bring the cable from below, because then you're not twisting it. So I don't know why they can't just decide on one way for it to go. it would just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it doesn't really matter, but it kind of matters. It's just one of those things. So let's see. I'm going to run it through the top. We'll see what that looks like. I didn't even screw in the power supply yet. I'm a silly fellow. So we'll get it under the motherboard. Power. It's kind of hooked on. There we go. We'll see how that looks. You have enough slack for that? Yeah, okay. So see how this looks. I can already tell that I'm thinking I'm gonna switch it and go from below. But whilst we're here, we're gonna check it out. Alright, that's in there nicely. Yeah, these are some pretty stiff cables. That's why, like you can see. I mean, you can't really see from that angle. I want to see if I can. No, yeah, it's not gonna look good like that. We're gonna have to run the cable from below. Okay. Get that in, get that plugged. Yeah, and it looks infinitely better. Okay, before I keep like jolting this thing around, let me get this power supply screwed in. I don't know why that turns off. Didn't used to turn off. I changed the setting. And I need to figure out what it was because I changed a bunch of them. Figure out what it is and then change it back so it doesn't turn off on me. Alrighty. This cable tucks in nicely. Ooh, I love that sound. I love it when my cables manage themselves. Look at that. I just bonked my noggin. I bet you guys felt the shake. Pull it back a bit. I mean, like, it's not the best cable management in the world. I mean, it's far from it. Normally I need to go in with zip ties, and I normally use twist ties. I like twist ties because it allows me to make adjustments. So once it's complete and fully done and I know that it's good, then I'll put zip ties where the twist ties are and take the twist ties off. The twist ties are kind of like temporary to hold everything in place and make sure that it looks good, make sure it's running good. And then when I know it's the final product ready for the customer to pick up, then I just zip, 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 snip, 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 and pull the other ones out, keeping it more permanent. So, yeah. We're not going to put the back panel on or the front panel on. So we know that's a no-no. But we will go ahead and switch to this scene. Alrighty. Hello. This is the finished build. I don't believe I forgot anything. But let's go ahead and power it on. Put my screwdrivers away. I'll go ahead, power it on. See what's up with it. See what's crack-a-lackin'. Power cables. All right. Actually, I think I have a longer one. A longer one might be better. So then I can keep the computer kind of centered. Let's grab that other one. I mean, I know I have like how long is this one? 6 feet. I'll be the judge of that. Doesn't look much longer than the other one. I can assure you I'm not 6 feet. Is this thing taller than I am? From the floor? Oh yeah. That's a 6-footer. That's a 6-footer. I don't know what that other one was. That other one was a measly 4-footer. Probably a meter, probably 3.3 feet. All right. Let's take a look. Plugged in, plugged in, plugged in, plugged in, plugged in, plugged in. All right. Flip of the switch. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. That's a beauty. That there's a beauty. This thing will be sagging. I'm telling you, I want to get a nice 2 pulls up, nice and high, almost to the ceiling, and then across like that. So it's more sturdy and it's actually straight. It's not sagging. And I'll have the camera probably about the same position on it. And then I'll probably have lights coming off the side facing inwards, just to make it just 100 times better. Maybe not 100 times, maybe like 63 times or something. I'm not a mathematician. Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. I'll show you guys. That's what it looks like from the front. You can see like the RGB is actually quite nice on this thing. Like the white is actually, I mean, it looks a little different in person than it does on camera. But it's like it's a very nice white. Yeah. Maybe get like a angle like that. That looks good. Maybe a little more. Something like that, right? Cool. And then let me give you all the good old zoom in. I don't know why the sound effects were necessary, but they felt necessary. I'm gonna lower this. Pardon the shakes. Too much coffee this morning. I'm just kidding, I don't drink caffeine. There we go. I'll lower it a little more. That's as low as she goes. It's okay, because we can still zoom out. Oh yeah. Fabulous. I mean, hey, for being a bunch of parts we found around, that's quite nice. Let me see if I can. Let me get down here. Oh, getting old.